Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Crohn's Talk with Christina and Molly. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to be talking about Molly's most recent surgery. She had a proctocolectomy. And so we're going to go into a little bit about what that entailed and how she's feeling. So, hey, Molly, how you doing?
Oh, well, I'm back home. I feel like I was just in a bubble. Do you ever get that after you go through something really hard? You kind of just put yourself in a bubble. And I don't know if you're numbing yourself or you're just kind of putting yourself away or you're just observing from the outside. But I feel like I'm starting to pop that bubble and kind of come to. Anyways, it was a whole lot of emotions. I mean, I felt like I literally got hit by a bus, which is obviously expected. The crazy part about this surgery is I walked in perfectly fine. I was feeling great. They started hooking me up. And then all of a sudden, I kind of looked around and I started bawling because it hit me. Wait, I'm feeling good. I'm getting surgery. This is very different than the other ones because the other ones I was wheeled in. It was an emergency. So I was grateful that I could actually walk in and feel good.
Mhm.
I started bawling my eyes out. The nurses were like, "Are you okay?" And I just don't think I really, I don't think it really, I really put it together that I was actually getting this big surgery. So the next thing I know, I woke up. So I think they put me under quicker
Mhm.
because I was anxious.
Mhm.
I woke up, everything went to plan, everything was successful. They did a laparoscopic, which is great because my colon, the surgeon said my colon was 3 times the size. It was super inflamed. It was diseased like no other. He said I was a ticking time bomb. And I got sepsis a year ago. So he was like, you probably would have got sepsis again. So it just really confirmed to me that it was the right thing to do. And why did I wait so long? And it was because I had all these doctor traumas and I was scared of surgeries and I was scared of doctors and I was scared of the results I was going to get, and it's pretty amazing to start to get good results. And the fact that I did it and it was the right thing to do. Anyways, they had to cut from my anus to my vagina, and that's where they took out the colon.
Ouch.
So, yeah. But when I woke up, I was feeling no pain. I was like, "Oh, this is great. I can go home. I feel great." And I think because I was on those pain meds,
Yeah,
I was like
absolutely.
calling you, like, "Yeah, this is great. I feel awesome." And then they're like, "Okay, get up to walk." And I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like slouched over. I'm like 100-year-old woman, like. And then I just kept walking and walking, and my butt felt fine because I guess they numbed it. But, each day I just started walking a little bit more. I went from a 100-year-old to a 90-year-old to an 80-year-old. And, um, yeah, I'm grateful they didn't have to cut me open
Yeah.
because they couldn't take out my colon from the incisions, the little incisions they made. So luckily I was with the best surgeon that had this plan to get it out, my perineum.
Yeah.
And I went to the surgeon a couple days ago and he checked out the incisions, he checked out the perineum, and he said everything looks great. And what brought tears to my eyes is he said, "You're good. I don't want to see you for a long time. Go live your life."
Aw.
And it just felt freedom. It just felt freeing, and all I could do was grab my body and thank my body, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's amazing how we can just rest and the body heals. I mean, that's what I've been thinking about a lot too, is I go to sleep. I don't do anything. I just rest. I drink my water, I eat some food, and it just heals on its own. It's pretty amazing.
Well, and you didn't even take any pain meds, right? I mean, other than when you were under and they probably loaded you up with fentanyl as what they usually give you when you're having those types of surgeries. And when that wore off,
Yeah, I was feeling great. I was feeling no pain.
until a couple hours later.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But I was on Tylenol for most of the time. I took Celebrex and Tropicol one time. But I think once you deal with so many Crohn's issues and the pain that you feel when there's a blockage and when there's all these things that you have a higher pain tolerance, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah,
But
right.
I've been taking Tylenol in the last 2 days. I haven't been on any pain meds. So, I mean, I'm up to walking about 20 minutes now. Um, what really hurts right now is my lower back.
Well, and
And
how
I
long has
don't,
it been?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
And so I don't know if our intestines are connected to the lower back because sometimes when I get that partial blockage, my back really hurts.
Yeah.
And they were in there for 3.5 hours.
Yep.
So there has to be something, I don't know, comment for those of you watching, if you have had back problems or your back really hurts after the surgery, if you can let me know like what you did or if that's normal. Because I asked my surgeon and he's like, I don't know.
Well,
Um,
do you think it was from you've been laying down so much? Like, did it happen immediately or was it like, hey, it kicked in maybe a week later?
well, I was also on so many pain meds. So I think everything wore off and then it started happening more.
Okay.
But I would say as the days went on.
As days went on. Because I know
Yeah.
when I lay down a lot like that after surgeries or I'm not feeling well, like I start getting really sore. My lower back hurts too. I get a headache if I'm laying down for a long
Oh,
time. When I'm in the
okay.
hospital and stuff, I'll get a headache because the blood flow is not
Mhm.
going. But I don't know. That's just something I've experienced.
Yeah. I think what I'm really working on right now is giving myself grace. I'm
Yes.
giving myself grace. I'm having the patience. I just went through a big surgery. I keep talking to myself over and over, like, we're gonna heal. It's just right now. And I keep hearing your voice in my head, like, you're gonna not feel great for a couple months. And it just is what it is.
Yes.
But I am so grateful that I got the surgery.
Yeah. I mean, literally you're 2 weeks in, Molly. Like this is still fresh. Like the 2 weeks is like, in my opinion, like the starting like to point to get better now. Now you're starting to feel like a new person again. You're like you said, you're coming out of that bubble, that haze after surgery. Your whole body's just a hot mess after surgery. So it's just that's to me, it's always been normal what I experienced as well. So you're just
And I
that.
I don't have a Barbie butt.
You still have a real hole, kind
I
of.
still have a hole. I mean, you don't want to look it down there.
Don't want
It
to look at
ain't
mine
pretty.
either.
I asked the surgeon, I was like, is this like ball gonna go down? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, well, I definitely won't be a model for my butthole.
No fetishes.
Yeah. But
Oh goodness.
I mean, I'm really grateful. And the crazy part is I always used to feel this ball like on my left side, this inflamed ball, and it came out as like bloating. But
Yeah.
now I don't feel it anymore, which is pretty amazing.
Well, it makes sense. Your colon was 3 times the size and it's sitting in there and it's painful and it's mad and
I know. I know. So I literally gave birth to a colon.
you totally did.
I
See,
did.
you'll totally be able to have a kid now. You get it. You're gonna have to have a
Yeah.
C-section probably
I'm
anyway.
gonna make a I'm gonna make a t-shirt. I left my colon in LA. I gave birth to a colon. My mom's like, oh, I have a new grandson named Colin. I'm like, okay, you gotta make light of it sometimes.
You do.
But I'm here and I'm feeling better and just taking day by day. And the crazy part is I've been like eating the craziest foods. And I'm like, Molly, you need to just eat light and eat slow. You just went through this huge surgery. So there's this talking to myself over and over about readjusting, having patience. So,
Well, we have
yep.
about 1 more minute, and I want to hear about, okay, as you've tried these foods and you're only 2 weeks out, how has that gone?
Well, I've been eating Mexican food. I've been eating Korean food. I've been eating Thai food. And my plates are not like this small. Like I've been eating like this much. So it's not helping my gut. And I think a lot of times we do that. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm sure you're not
Right.
perfect.
Mhm.
We get stomach aches and we're like, shit, like we gotta get better. Tomorrow is gonna be a new day. I'm gonna be better. So I woke up today, I had gluten-free sourdough toast that was like this big.
Yeah.
And I had avocado and that's all. And I'm just it's work.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it is work because I want to eat those wild, tasty treats that sometimes are fried and, flavorful.
And you'll get
But
there. Be patient with yourself, you know?
yeah, yeah. So I'm changing. I'm going back to like chicken soup. I'm going back to avocado toast. I'm going back to more simple, bland, digestible foods.
What
So
about bone broth? That helps me a lot.
yes, I was thinking about making that too.
Yep. 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 And
Bone
if you want to do
broth.
the lazy version, then there's some good brands out there that have some good bone broths too.
Ooh, what are some good brands?
There's a frozen brand. Oh God, I get it at Sprouts. I can't remember. I'd have to look in my freezer. And then there's the one that's popular everywhere, Kettle. Like it's called Kettle.
Okay, I
That
drink
one's
kettle.
pretty good.
Yep,
That's pretty
it's
clean.
really good.
It's
Okay,
well
good to
grass
know. I'm
fed.
gonna do that.
Yeah. So
Yep, but
anyways.
thanks for being there.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for sharing your story and your journey with this and very, very hard surgery. And hopefully it helps someone else and they're going through it. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you're going to have to go through it, because both of us have gone through it and we have very different stories.
One
But
moment at a time is what I say.
yep, one moment at a time, you'll make it through it. We
Yep.
promise.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Love you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Love you.